Thus was innocent blood spared that day. Susanna, falsely accused. In the gospel, the woman actually caught in the act of adultery, brought before Jesus. There was no question. They all knew what the penalty was. Old Testament, New Testament. The penalty pretty much was the same, death. The Old Testament shows God's intervention to bring about justice, whereas in human nature would simply act upon guilty, death. And you're canceled permanently. In the gospel, God intervenes directly with the elders of the people, the scribes, the Pharisees, constantly intervenes with them face to face. There is no intermediary. And he calls them to a greater sense of justice. Oh, it's perhaps not the one that's going to sell tickets. It's not the one that they want. It's not the one that they like. But he calls them to look first within themselves and see if possibly there might be a little bit of a reflection of the person that they charge, of the person that they cancel. Is there a little bit of that in themselves? And if so, address that first. Look within oneself. Clean your own house before you tell your neighbor how filthy theirs is. Lent has been a time of great challenge for us this year. We're coming moving forward slowly out of the pandemic. Slowly, of course. We're trying to get back to a sense of normal, regain our life once again. There's all kinds of voices, all kinds of things going around. Do this, don't do that. And now we're going to switch it up and say, do that, don't do this. A lot of confusion. So it's very easy to look within ourselves and say, what makes sense to me? What do I want to have happen? Unfortunately, we also apply that to our spiritual lives. What do I want to happen? Do we listen to God? Do we act upon God's word or our word? That's the challenge. In these days that remain of the Lenten season, we are still called to grow in holiness, to change, to become something better for the life and the hope of the world.